add my voice to the statement, and I'll comment the makers of the statement as we celebrate the World Tobacco Day, 31st May, which will be tomorrow. So your timely statement the day before, especially as we know that tomorrow is not possible for us to hold a session, is a very good one. But Mr. Speaker, I would say that when I was in medical school, when you have any chronic illness and you go for an exams and you think there will be difficulty in producing all the causes of illnesses, sometimes when you forget yourself, just add tobacco there. Because all chronic illnesses, you put tobacco there, your lecturer will not say wrong. The lecturer will just nod, add on. So if they are looking for maybe 5 causes of diseases and you do 4, you are struggling to add the last one, just say tobacco, actually, to be admitted. Tobacco finds itself everywhere, especially as the current government is keen to join the global chorus in fighting non-communicable diseases. And then the establishment of the Ghana Medical Trust, which the minister yearly holds to his chest as Mahama Care, and which I caution the House that the choice of Mahama Care can collapse one day if you only say Mahama Care. So the Ghana Medical Trust is going to focus on chronic diseases. Mr. Speaker, chronic diseases that borders on my health, your health, the hardworking Ghanaian in this country, the prevalence has always been diabetes, hypertension, and all of them. And the hardworking people of this country, especially the above 35 years, are predisposed to any of these illnesses. Why would you want to expose yourself again to tobacco? As an African, for some, whether it's divine or whatever the situation is, we are so prone to diabetes issues, obesity issues, issues that predisposes us so much to non-communicable diseases. By the time you screen many of us, Mr. Minister, and your team will screen us as beneficiaries of the Ghana Medical Trust, you see that many of us have some sort of chronic-related illnesses. We cite ourselves an example for the public to know that MPs are not super beings. And that is why many of us will not smoke. In fact, many MPs will not smoke because they know that they are predisposed to this and it's so risky for them to smoke. So I use ourselves as an example for the public to know that there's nothing good in tobacco. There's nothing good for anyone to smoke. It's not only the lungs that it affects, but virtually every part of your body is at risk to the use of tobacco. So you will say lungs, but it have effect on the heart, it have effect on, if people have stroke, everything. Tobacco is there. So I'm just only coming from this perspective, that yes, we rise on every year to talk about this issue, but the public would have to hear us out as your leaders. As your leaders, we urge you that we should shy away, and each of us should be ambassadors. And Mr. Minister, we are even expecting you that, as I conclude, we're expecting that now that you have a hefty sum for the Mahama Care, and in fact the Ghana Medical Trust, may you employ MPs as your ambassadors so that we can step up advocacy to decrease the reported incidence of chronic diseases in the hospitals. So next year, you may not have to come for a lot of money. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, statement time is ended. We then move to the order paper, addendum, public business, item numbered 1. Motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move that item 1 on the order paper addendum be moved today. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Motion numbered item 1 is moved. Any seconder? Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Honourable members, motion move unseconded, and it is for the consideration of the House. This is a procedural motion. The question therefore is, as many as are in favour say aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion is accordingly adopted. Honourable members, item number 2 on the order paper addendum.
Thank you very much again, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move that this Honourable House adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole on the proposed formula for distributing the National Health Insurance Fund for 2025. Mr. Speaker, I will urge the Hansa Department to capture the report in its entirety. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the committee, having thoroughly examined the distribution formula for the National Health Insurance Fund for the year 2025, believes that the formula has fairly allocated the resources across the various levels of health in line with government's objective to deliver as accessible and affordable health care to all Ghanaians. The committee therefore recommends to the House to adopt its report and approve the sum of 10,075,550,000 Ghana cedis for the year 2025 in line with the distribution formula to enable the National Health Insurance Authority undertake its activities earmarked for the year. Respectfully submitted, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honourable members, any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion, and in doing so, just to throw highlight, and now that the minister is here, that he should be mindful of the fact that the dialysis that was started by the previous government, that a seed capital of millions of Ghana cedi was allocated, and for that matter, he should try and sustain it. Also, issues concerning the MIS and other parts of the health insurance and their administrative costs going high, they need to look at it. If the health insurance agency intend to recruit more, they must first of all call back those that they are firing. You cannot increase your administrative costs to recruit more people when you are firing others. They are equally Ghanaians. They are equally Ghanaians. It should not be part of your trademark, Minister. You are a fifth-time member of Parliament. That your first job was to fire people at NHIS, and you went around. Mr.
Did you say he's a fifth?
Mr. Speaker, it is in the report because they intend on the administrative cost in terms of budgeting.
How many terms in Parliament? You say fifth.
I think he's a fifth-time member. Mr. Speaker, if I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected.
You are wrong.
Fourth. So you see, I'm wishing you well. You are a fourth-time member, and I'm saying that you are a fifth-time member. It's not easy to be in this house more than 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm giving you fifth time. Mr. Speaker, when he was ranking member on health, we saw what you did, and we were aware that you were very concerned on the cost in terms of administrative costs and that of IMIS with regards to health insurance expenditure. So I urge you to talk to the CEO that before he do anything, those that he is firing, he should call them back before he do any new recruitment. We will not sit down as a country to just be firing or terminating, revoking people appointment here and there. Minister, that is not what you are noted for. And you should not. Minister, that is what the Akando I know is not like that. Don't let your 5 months ministerial appointment change you. So, Mr. Speaker, without much, I second the motion and I urge the House that, Mr. Speaker, and I urge the House that we shall approve this so that health insurance can be able to go and do the job. They want to expand. They want to get new offices in our various districts. It will make access to health care easy and accessible to many. Mr. Speaker, without much, I second the motion. Thank you.
Honourable members, motion moved and seconded, and it is for the consideration of the House. Yes, Honourable Mark Nawani.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the debate. The NHIA formula is one of the best in recent times. And if you look at the decapping of the formula, it has brought in a lot more resources. And so you can see from the formula that the budgeted amount for claims of 6,557,290,000 Ghana cedis is an increase against that of last year, which was just about 3 billion. And so we expect that healthcare facilities, that is hospitals, clinics, will be able to take good care of the patients. So the facilities will improve. Patients, when they go to hospitals, they'll be taken better care of. And we believe that this year we'll all be observing whether the co-payment will also reduce, and then the timely payments of health facilities will also take place. This year we've also seen that Donald Trump, the American president, has reduced funding through the reduction of the USAID to countries such as Ghana. And the gap that has been created has been filled with this particular formula that we've approved. And so it is good that we've done it. Domestic funding of healthcare, as is now being advocated by the whole of Africa and nations. Ghana has joined those countries, and we are going to fund healthcare, whether we get assistance from the developed countries or not. Right, Honorable Speaker, we are hoping that the NHIA biometric cards, through the formula, the assistance to the National Identification Authority will be replaced with a Ghana card, say that in future, when you go to the facilities and you have a Ghana card, you should be able to access services. It's there now, but not everybody. We intend to increase it to about 3 million through this formula by possibly the close of this year. Well, there's no time. I'll just keep it at this point. I hope that we all expect a better healthcare financing in the year 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Nawani. Honourable members, in the absence of any further conclusion, any further contribution, at the conclusion of the debate, the question is as many as are in favor of the motion numbered 2 on today's order paper addendum, say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. The report of the Committee of the Whole on the proposed formula for the distribution of the National Health Insurance Fund for the year ending 2025 is hereby adopted. Accordingly, this House approve the formula for distributing the National Health Insurance Fund for the year 2025. Yes, Honorable Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today is Friday, and I think we are done with the items that we have on the other paper. So I would pray that we call it a day. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Members, the motion for adjournment has been moved. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion, and with the prayer that there will be an extension of the submission of list, but for the ministers by His Excellency the President. I'm sure Tuesday. We are hoping to see that.
Honourable members, motion for adjournment moved and seconded. The question, therefore, is as many as are in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. The motion is carried. The motion is carried, and accordingly, this House is adjourned to Tuesday, the 3rd day of June 2025 at
Mr. Speaker, it's been agreed that from next week we start sitting from 2 p.m.
Well, the House is adjourned to Tuesday, the 3rd day of June 2025 at 2 o'clock afternoon.
Hey, my English not so good.
Do you mean my English isn't very good?
Yes, I'm sorry.
How often do you practice speaking?
I have anyone to practice with.
Do you mean I have nobody to practice with?
Yes. How can I learn English?
If you have nobody to practice with, you need an AI tutor like me, and it will teach you English in no time.
Oh, wow. But how to get this?
Try Makes You Fluent today. It costs way less than a tutor, mere cents, and it will get you fluent in 6 weeks.
Oh, wow. Such much amazing.
You have a lot more to practice. Click the link and start now.
Thank you.
It's now time to take a look at news stories making headlines around the globe. And we begin here at home as we continue to commemorate President Tinubu's second year in office. His achievements and shortcomings have been the major focus in the news headlines. Halfway through the first presidential term of President Tinubu, who completed 2 years in office yesterday, which was Thursday, Nigeria is in better shape than at any time in the past decade. Well, that may come as a surprise or even sound like a sick joke. Thus, to tens of millions of Nigerians who are suffering the worst cost of living crisis in a generation. Well, this is according to Financial Times article on the president's 2 years in office. This article further explained that President Tinubu, a former governor of Lagos and the country's wiliest politician in a generation, has stabilized the economy and laid the groundwork for a broader recovery. This year, the World Bank expects growth of 3.7% in what would be Nigeria's best performance since 2014, save for a post-COVID rebound. Most ordinary Nigerians will not feel that. But it is a decent performance when oil prices are weak, according to the Financial Times. The tiny green shoots have come because Tinubu's government has tackled, albeit in often haphazard fashion, debilitating structural distortions. That's an excerpt from that article in the Financial Times. We now move to the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the LCCI, which has reviewed the impact of the President Bola Tinubu's administration's economic reforms and declared that the reforms have grown the service sector and left the real sector, especially manufacturing and agriculture, struggling for survival. The Director General of LCCI, that's Dr. Chinyere Almona, said that 2 years into the administration, Nigeria has undergone significant policy shifts, most notably the removal of fuel subsidies, exchange rate liberalization, and attempts to shore up public revenues through tax reforms. Almona, who assessed the macroeconomic impact of these reforms, said that Nigeria's gross domestic product GDP growth of 3.4% in 2024 from 2.74% in 2023 was driven by the services sector, which expanded by 5.37% and accounted for over 57% of the GDP. She said that these reform measures have, and I quote, also imposed short-term hardships on businesses and households, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises, which remain the backbone of the Nigerian economy. According to her, Nigeria's current macroeconomic landscape reflects a nation in transition. Now, lastly, Mauritania's Sidi Ould Tah has been elected the 9th president of the African Development Bank Group. His election was announced on the website of the AFDB on Thursday. He will assume office on September 1st, 2025, and that's taking over from Dr. Akinwumi Adesina of Nigeria, whose tenure ends this year. Tah emerged winner after rounds of voting conducted by the AFDB Board of Governors during the bank's annual meetings held in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire.
Sort of like lobby to see directors in IMF and other world institutions. But since Akinwumi Adesina came there, there's more respect and prestige in the position. Congratulations, it was a hard-fought race. The Arabs played their game right. I was making that point while we were talking to Bosin yesterday. And he was the Arab candidate for about 10 years, from 2015 to about this time. From Mauritania, speaks English, speaks Arab, speaks French. It was the big Arab vote, and it came through for him. Prior to this time, he had worked as finance minister of the country, technical advisor to the president, started his work in the 80s in the municipal authorities in Nouakchott, went to the University of Nouakchott, got up to a PhD level at the university in France, and has done a lot, in DFI, developmental finance industry. And this is the experience he brings to bear, which was in fact the only debate that had all the candidates leading up to this, And he was able to prove his own among the Board of Governors, very high scores. I talked about the dichotomy of regional and non-regional partners. That also came to play again. He got a lot of votes, I think over 68% from the non-regional partners, and the regional partners gave him over 48% thereabouts, in the two voting blocks and all of that. Then Sam Mabo came second, which I also had a chance to be able to interview. Hamad Hot came third, got a lot of votes, didn't get a lot of votes, from the regional and the non-regional partners. And then Shabalala, was first eliminated in the first round of votes. So he's got a tall task. Will he be able to bump up the numbers as regards, increasing the pot of money for them? Nigeria just renewed one of also its investment scheme in the African Development Bank that he used to investment instrument that he used to invest in other African countries and development generally in the African continent. And that's about $500 million. So congratulations. We'll see how the bank will pan out in the years to come. As regards Financial Times, I disagree with Financial Times. We're not out of the woods yet. I was at the IMF spring meetings when the IMF projections for inflation was well over 30% in 2026. If my memory serves me right, I think it's about 35%, thereabout. But I'll say well over 30% because I don't have the data in front of me. This is fact that despite of rebasing, has also happened. And when you also look at it, there's not